Hi, hello, namaste friends. Welcome to our channel Ace Civil Engineer. For more interesting videos like this, please do subscribe and press the bell icon. In this video friends, we'll discuss what a natural frequency is and also what is resonance means. So consider this object what I have drawn here. Here uh, this is an object which comprises of many internal objects. So I can call it as a system of mass. So it is a collection of n number of masses and which is lumped at a particular location. So this full thing I'll call it as a system in this video completely. So this is completely fixed at the bottom, and consider it is something like an inverted pendulum. So what happens, let us consider I have applied a horizontal force here and just pushed it a bit, and I have left the force. So friends, now there is no force acting. Now what happens friends, this inverted pendulum tries to oscillate. So when it oscillates left to right, and in per second n number of oscillations it finishes. So this only I will try to explain in a sinusoidal curve. So here you check this friends. So here I have drawn a sinusoidal curve where it starts at its mean position, that is O. It starts at this position, attains its peak displacement, that is peak amplitude. So from here to here it is the peak amplitude P. So that P it will attain, and then again it goes back to its original position, and again in return it comes back to peak amplitude again. It may not be peak, but well, if there is no dampness within this structure or within this system, dampness means friends, it is nothing but the internal ability of a structure to dissipate the energy within it, or dissipate the energy which is causing it to vibrate. So if such dampness is not there, then again here also you will find the same amplitude P. So considering this, if you notice one point, that is from origin or from a initial position to maximum amplitude, again back to its original position, and again to maximum amplitude, and again it reaches back to the mean position. So this complete system or this complete oscillation is called a single cycle, and the time taken for this complete single cycle is nothing but time period. So this time period I will mention it as t. So in this graph friends, this is the horizontal axis is small t, that is time, and this is amplitude a, let it be a. So now what happens, for suppose I am considering a particular second. So in the first 1 second, in 1 second it is something like this. So in 1 second what happens friends, I have noticed there are n number of oscillations like this. So if there are n number of oscillations, or let us consider there are 3 oscillations or 3 cycles that have completed. So for these 3 cycles, how much time it has taken? It has taken 1 second. So now if I want to define what frequency means, then I would call it as inverse of time period. So inverse of time period means friends, it is 1 by t, and that natural frequency I will mention it as small f. So the same I have mentioned here. So this small f is nothing but the inverse of time period, or also it is called as the number of cycles completed per second. So n number of cycles per second in this case. So here the natural frequency will be n cycles per second. So what I mean friends here, this natural frequency units, if you consider the units of natural frequency, then I would say it is either measured in hertz, or it is measured in cycles per second. So this is very important topic friends, you need to understand this, or if not, complete earthquake engineering will be a big black hole to you. So you cannot understand it. So this is the basic concept or basic understanding of seismic energy. So the same is seen when you apply some seismic load. For suppose the ground has oscillated, that itself induces some lateral story force or lateral force at the particular story. So that story will, that lateral force will try to oscillate the mass at a particular floor level. So you just need to correlate these two things. This is what our civil engineers need to understand. If not, this is completely physics. So here you also need to notice that time period is nothing but 2 pi by omega. So here inverse of time period means it will become omega by 2 pi. So you may ask me, sir, what is this omega? Omega is also a frequency only, friends, which is also called as a angular natural frequency. So it is basically measured in angular or circular. It is circular natural frequency. That's why this 2 pi is mentioned here. If this 2 pi was not there, then it is nothing but natural frequency f. So f and omega are basically differentiated by a single factor or a constant, that is 2 pi. So this 2 pi is very important. So basically in most of the times we consider omega itself as the natural frequency. So from here on I will consider natural frequency as omega. Okay, now let us try to differentiate what natural frequency means. So natural frequency is the frequency at which a system tries to oscillate in the absence of any horizontal force or any damping force within it. So I have already mentioned you, there won't be any dampness and there won't be any external driving force. So in such case, if a system or a system of masses are trying to oscillate, such frequency is called as natural frequency. Now let us understand what this natural frequency a bit more clearer. So to understand like that, you just see the black shape which I have drawn here, friends, in the left and right. So this is known as the mode shape. So mode shape means the motional pattern of a system oscillating at its natural frequency. So I have told you this is oscillating with its natural frequency f or omega. So it is in the within the natural frequency. So in this natural frequency, what happens, the pattern of motion uh, which is oscillating is called as the normal mode. So this is called as the first mode of oscillation, friends. This first mode is always called as the normal mode. So this is the normal mode, friends. So you may ask me, in many structures we do have n number of modes. So what is the difference between normal mode and the other modes? So that this concept I will explain in another video, friends. When I make that video, I'll definitely pin that comment in this particular video, so that also you will definitely see. So this nominal mode or normal mode is basically seen when all the masses, I have already mentioned you, friends, this is the system of masses. So if all the masses are oscillating in the sinusoidal curve simultaneously, so such frequency is called as natural frequency. So one thing you need to remember, friends, always 100% of the times, for any structure, of any stories, n number of stories, the first natural frequency will be in this shape only. So this you need to understand. So this is the first natural frequency or the normal mode. Now let us understand in a better way. So just consider this as a structure or a single degree of freedom system which is having a mass m. So here, this mass is m and having a stiffness of that particular structure as k. Now what would I do, friends? This is omega. Omega is the natural frequency and this omega is nothing but root over k by m. This is the natural frequency of any particular structure. So to calculate the natural frequency of a whole structure, what do you do, friends? The whole structure's stiffness you must be knowing. That stiffness divided by the whole mass of the structure is known as the square root of it. That is known as the natural frequency of that particular system. So let us consider two structures, friends. One of having stiffness K1 and having mass M1, and another of having stiffness K2 and mass of M2. So in this case, if you can directly notice that omega is inversely proportional to root m and omega is directly proportional to root k. If so, this is applicable when stiffness is constant within different structures, and this is applicable when mass is constant between different structures. So here I consider k1 is equals to k2. Then what happens, friends? The structure which is having lesser mass will be having more natural frequency, means higher natural frequency. And similarly the structure with which are having same masses, for suppose let us consider m1 and m2 are same. In such case what happens, the structure which is having higher stiffness, that will be having more natural frequency. This is the common thing which we need to understand, friends. Now let us understand what the concept of resonance means. Resonance is nothing but, friends, see, I have already mentioned you, for suppose I have applied this force F. This force F, what I will do, I will keep on applying in a uh, as a sinusoidal curve, means at every amplitude, I mean, for suppose if you just notice this graph, friends, at this point when it reaches the maximum amplitude, I will again add a load. Similarly, when again this again reaches at this point, I will add a point load, same load. Again when it reaches the peak point, again I will add a load, the same load. Then what happens, this load applying system is having a particular frequency, means for 1 second I am trying to apply n number of times this force, so that I will do. Now what happens, the frequency of force is equal to the natural frequency of the system. In this case what happens, both will try to resonate means if the oscillating system is driven by an external force at a frequency which is equal to the natural frequency of the system, natural frequency of the structure. In such case the frequency is called as the resonant frequency, means the frequency at which this load is applied is called as the resonant frequency, and this phenomenon is called as resonance. That's all about this video, friends and family members. If you had any comments, queries, or if you had any topics in your wish list, then please do let me know by commenting in the comment section. I hope you liked the video. If yes, please do like it. I will be creating more interesting videos like this. Please do subscribe to get updated as soon as I keep posting videos. Share my video to all your friends and family members. Don't forget to press the bell icon.